Folks, this is the Flextail Tiny Pump 2X, and it's a pretty cool piece of kit to carry with you if you're into camping and you want to inflate maybe say your sleeping pad. This is going to do it in a hurry. This is a really cool little device to carry. It's going to give you 30 minutes of runtime of constant pumping, which is pretty cool. It also has 3 levels of illumination here. The light here goes from 40 lumens to 200 lumens to 400 lumens. Very bright. It's got a hanging clip at the back for in your tent, and it's got a magnetic base on the rear to, just to attach it to anything metallic. Really cool kit to have. Very handy and very tiny and compact. So in this video we're going to check this out, and I'll just give you a demonstration of what it can do and what to expect if you're interested in something like this. And speaking of, if you're interested in getting this, well, I'll leave a link in the description. Check it out if you want to get your own little Flextail Tiny Pump 2X. I highly recommend having one of these types of gadgets, and this one from Flextail, they do make actually really high quality premium gear. So yeah, my name is John and this is Joe Reviews. Let's get into the video. Please subscribe. So this is how the Flextail Tiny Pump 2X comes. It's only 100 grams. This is a tiny battery operated pump. It's lightweight. It's got an IPX4 waterproof rating. It's got a camping light. It's got a magnetic backing, and it's got a hanging ring. Quite a handy little gadget to take with you upon your camping trips. Up on the back, it's got a table here that indicates the various different fittings that it's got for vacuum storage bags, 2 different style nozzles for different openings upon airbeds. It's got a nozzle for inflatable ring toys, and then there are 2 other nozzles here inflating other sort of devices, maybe such as rubber kayaks or dinghies and so forth. Let's open it up and see what the tiny pump comes with. This is it, Flextail, a bag, instructions, and that's what comes with the Flextail Tiny Pump 2X. So look, the Flextail Tiny Pump comes with this little sack. Obviously, this is going to be a great little pouch just to keep all your nozzles in there. And this is all the nozzles. They kind of fit together really nicely like this. You're going to obviously determine what nozzle is going to suit the device that you're trying to pump up. If it's a inflatable air mattress, you're going to probably be picking something like this. And you do have a whole heap in here to choose from. So I'm just going to chuck this in. Me personally, I mainly use this to inflate my air mattresses, and so usually air mattresses have 2 different valve diameters, and you're going to have something in here that will fit. So let's take a closer look at the actual unit itself. So it's bright orange. I like that. You will not get this lost easily, that's for sure. It has a hanging clip at the back, so you can put this inside of like your tent because it has a light function on the bottom. So you have a section here that blows air out, and you have a fan here that sucks air in. Inflate or deflate depending which side you put your nozzle on. The way these fit is they simply go on like that and they pull off like that. Yeah, so really simple and handy. Just look how tiny this thing is, okay? Really tiny and compact. There is a USB-C charge port, as you can see. It's covered by this silicone cover, and then here we have the operating switch. To turn on the light function, we're going to just hold it down for 1.5 seconds, and it goes on. There are 3 different light settings. That's one. That's even brighter. And that's the brightest. That's pretty cool. Like, if you're in a tense situation and you're hanging this up, then you suddenly have a great little light that will light up your whole area, not just in your tent. It can be outside camping, or just even here at home. If you have something like this, you can put this underneath your car bonnet if you need to have a look at something that you're working on in the vehicle, but especially ideal for camping, obviously. To turn it on, it's going to be a double press. Air is being pushed out there and sucked in there. And 1 press to turn it off. So really simple operation. So, you want to inflate something, put this on the ends, double press. Yeah, it's a good amount of air coming out. And then the same thing, obviously, upon the rear. There we go. Now I'll demonstrate this all upon a sleeping mattress and just show you how long you can expect that this will blow up an air mattress. Much better than trying to do it by your breath or, you know, using those inflatable bags. Like having a little gadget like this is simply just going to make life so much easier. And just look, it just fits so compactly in my hand. So this takes up next to no room in your backpack, in your camping kit. Really handy just to take along like that. You've got an instant inflator, deflator, light. Oh yeah, let me just show you the magnetic function too. Here I have a metal filing cabinet, so something with a metal surface. The magnets are in the rear, and just to show you how strong it is, it's quite strong. There we go. So quite powerful, no fear of it just falling off. So you can imagine if you have the hood of your vehicle and you want to put this on here just to get some light into the engine bay or just on the side of anything, no problem, mate. Like really handy. Let's turn that on and you've got light. It's actually very bright. I have to say, like that is superb. Really good level of brightness there. Now, in regards to the light, just have a look at the brightness here. That is 40 lumens. You can expect to get 10 hours use out of that. Now, if we chuck it up a gear, that is now 200 lumens. And 200 lumens, you can expect to use this light for about 2.5 hours. Now, if we chuck it up to full gear, that is 400 lumens. You can expect to get 1 hour use. Now, if you need to charge the FlexTail Tiny Pump 2X, we get our USB-C cable, we plug it in, and this light will be red. When it's fully charged, it will turn green. Now you can expect to get 30 minutes runtime out of the FlexTail Tiny Pump. 30 minutes of inflation, that's pretty good, you know. Not to mention that if you're only using this for lighting, well, then you can get on its lowest light setting 10 hours use of this. But in terms of the pumping time and inflating time using the little motor in there, you can get 30 minutes of use out of that pump. Now we'll also test the FlexTail on this cheap and nasty 5 centimeters thick sleeping mattress. All right, so let's get the FlexTail onto this 5 centimeter pad. We're going to start the timer. Here we go. Go. And that is good. 21 seconds to inflate this 5 centimeter standard generic sleeping pad. That is dang quick if you're carrying something like this. 21 seconds. This is a little bit bigger than standard. This is actually about 10 centimeters thick, so a lot longer than just those 5 centimeter thick ones. We'll turn this over. We get to our valve port here. We're going to put it on and let's go. There we go. That took 1 minute 27 seconds on a extra large capacity 10 centimeter thick pad. That is pretty quick. This normally takes me about 4 minutes to pump up using the stuff sack. You know, you put air in and you wrap it down and compress it and air goes in. And this was 1 minute 27 seconds. So that is the FlexTail Tiny Pump 2X. What do you reckon? Do you like it? I actually like it a lot. I love these types of inflators. You know, carry them out with you. They just make camping a little bit more enjoyable and very handy devices to have. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, if you're interested in getting one for yourself, check out the link I've left in the description of this video from FlexTail. As always, thank you so much for watching the video. Hope you got something out of it, and I'll catch you on the next one.